Good morning, folks. Quiet limb activity transforms into some small, bright solar flares there. We've got a lot of top news to hit today, but we'll start with our star at spaceweathernews.com because the sunspot number is about to skyrocket. Unlike the departing bright active region on the north, the incoming bright area on the left appears to have very large umbra, peacock tail magnetic field pattern. She's still technically behind the limb, but already producing small solar flares. Solar watch begins now. Solar wind here. Telemetry decreasing over about 24 hours and geomagnetic conditions are calm and quiet, which is how we know this is an error on the magnetometer, in addition to this same glitch happening about once a season. Magnitude 6 rumbles continued in Indonesia. Blood echoes, low cell, and red GEC alerts existed in the area. Luckily, this one hit the mantle transition zone more than 500 kilometers down. And luckily, there are no major reports of injury from a hail event that saw notable pelting from Texas to Florida. Unfortunately, more of that is expected in the Gulf region tonight, then shifting up into the eastern states. Up next, we're going to Mars, and for the Curiosity rover, an incredible double eclipse just took place. It saw both Phobos and Deimos, the two moons of Mars, head across the face of the sun for the eclipse. Folks, anytime I can learn about a pre-seismic pattern that's new, it's not only exciting, but a rare thing. This time, the calm before the storm. The earthquake storm in Iran, that is. The normal background seismicity of the region almost completely disappeared, anomalously, for months before the quiet was shattered with the loss of more than 500 lives. Let's go to some good news. This is for Australia. It must have been difficult watching the dozens of New Zealand space weather vulnerability studies over the last few years, watching them catch up to the US, Canada, and Europe in space weather understanding for the electrical grid. Well, now the march has now finally begun for Australia as well, saying it's going to once again be a story combining grid setup and geological conductivity. Let's round out today with Physical Review D, covering cosmology. We have yet another gamma ray search for dark matter interactions, and while there is a missing mass problem to be sure, I cannot grasp the insistence on looking here. All of these fail. If axions were real, this would have made sense. Unfortunately, those fractionally charged mini-particles have more imagination in them than evidence. And last but not least, the hands-on tests that are worthwhile ongoing at IceCube are including an evaporation of WIMP neutrino interaction profiles. They'll keep looking. Most of us will keep laughing. Folks, we greatly appreciate your support. We've got wind maps and shots of our star to close, and we'll do this all again tomorrow, right here. But right now, it's 4:55 a.m. in the new Valley of the Sun. Eyes open, no fear. Be safe, everyone.